Hi, my name is Yurima Strubinker. I'm a graduate student. I'm doing a master's degree in health promotion and wellness management. And today I want to present my research project. It's association between physical activity behavior and body mass index in children from 8 to 14 years old and their parents. Children obesity have become a serious problem in the U.S. In 2019, the National Survey of Children's Health reported that 31% of children of 10 to 17 years old in Missouri are overweight or obese. Physical activity plays an important role in regulating energy expenditure, and it can promote weight loss in overweight and obese children. The study aimed is to examine if parent physical activity and parent BMI are associated with their children's physical activity and BMI. We hypothesize that children with more active parents are more physically active compared to children with less active parents. Participant children who are patient at Mercy Health Track Pediatric, Springfield, Missouri, and their parents during March to August 2021. This is a study that just started in March, and we expect to complete in 4 to 6 months. And today just I bring the preliminary result. Our methodology, this is a prospective correlational study which involves the participation in one-time assessment of anthropometric measures, weight, height, and BMI, and one-time completion of questionnaires about parental physical activity and children's physical activity. Our demographic characteristics. The average aspiring age was 35 to 44 years old, 85% female, and the average of children age was 10 to 11 years old, 57% boys. And one of the Mercy policies due to the COVID pandemic is just allow one parent per child during his or her medical appointment. So we cannot assess both parents for this study. Our preliminary result, a total of 202 parents and their children were included in this study. Parent physical activity, the 44.7% of parents have moderate level of physical activity and 40.4% a high level of physical activity. Parent BMI, 19.8% were overweight and 44.6% were obese. Children physical activity, the 45.6% of the children have moderate level of physical activity and 29.7% high level of physical activity. Children BMI, the 11.9% were overweight and 24.8% were obese. The percent of children physical activity and their parent physical activity. We have 19 of 28 children with high level of physical activity, this represents 68%, were from parents with high level of physical activity. With high square analysis with 4 degrees of freedom, report that parental physical activity was statistically significantly associated with children's physical activity with a p-value 0.01. This is in table 2. Parental physical activity was statistically associated with parental BMI with a p-value 0.017, and this is in the table 4. The rest of comparison in table 3, 5, and 6 were not statistically significant. We can discuss that 64% of the parents and 37% of the children were in the overweight and obese ranges. The preliminary results show a consistent association between parental physical activity and children's physical activity. These findings support the hypothesis that high level of intense physical activity in parents were associated with high levels of more intense physical activity in children. In conclusion, we can say that children with more active parents are more physically active. Knowledge of these influences will help us to develop health programs to encourage and increase the physical activity in children in families to prevent and reduce childhood obesity. In our high square analysis, We have cells with expect counting less than 5. It might affect our p-value, but we expect to reach our sample size to have a large and homogeneous sample. Thank you for watching me.